Hey everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Today we're at the Design Museum in London to check out the highly anticipated Barbie the exhibition. The exhibition is a celebration of Barbie's 65 years as an iconic doll and an exploration of her impact on design, fashion, and culture. So stay tuned and join me for a walk around the exhibition. This is the Design Museum in Kensington, London, where the Barbie exhibition is being held. This museum is regarded as the world's leading museum devoted to contemporary design in every form, from architecture and fashion to graphics and industrial design. 2019 marked 30 years since the Design Museum originally opened its doors in a converted banana warehouse. In 2016, the Design Museum relocated to this 50-year-old building in Kensington after a redesign. This is the first time I visited this museum. My initial impression is that even if you don't like art, you can still come and appreciate the architecture. The atrium is impressive. The way the interior is designed, the movement of visitors around a slow, square, spiral staircase becomes part of the exhibition. The ceiling is also impressive. It's a hyperbolic paraboloid. It looks different depending on where you stand. The oak finishes and soft lighting are, as the kids say, chef's kiss. Now let's go to the basement and see one of the most popular exhibition this year. There's a life-size Barbie doll box at the entrance where you can take souvenir photos. And of course, I'm wearing a me-made skirt. This is a self-designed shared skirt. There's also an interactive screen where you can choose the type of Barbie you want to be and it takes a picture for you. You then scan the code on the screen to download your picture. Now let's enter the Barbie universe. Barbie was the creation of Ruth Handler, the co-founder and first president of the Mattel Toy Company. It was founded in California in 1945. Mattel quickly established itself as a respected toy maker. Ruth's husband headed the company's research and design team, while Ruth headed the sales and marketing team. In the early 1950s, Ruth identified a gap in the market for a fashion doll designed to resemble an adult woman. Dolls of the 1950s tended to look like babies, socializing young girls to expect marriage and motherhood as their eventual life path. Ruth was inspired by several sources, including the German novelty doll Lily, which she encountered on a trip to Europe in 1956. She bought a few Lila dolls to take home, reworked the design, and debuted Barbie at the New York Toy Fair on March 9, 1959. Mattel acquired the rights to the Lily doll in 1964 and the production of the German doll ceased. Before the launch, Ruth had to convince Mattel male executives that an adult fashion doll was a product worth developing. They feared that no parent would buy their child a doll with an obviously mature female figure. Now, Barbie is one of the best-selling dolls of all time. She has reigned over the toy aisle for 65 years. In that time, she has had more than 260 careers, at least 50 different houses, and influenced the social and emotional development of generations of children. According to the poster here, the Barbie story is a design story, one that spans manufacturing, architecture, fashion, and film. The exhibition tells that story, looking at the ways in which the world of Barbie reflects the real world, at least as it relates to the mainstream Western consumer culture. The Barbie doll has shaped children's view of adulthood through imaginary role play. The importance of play has long been recognized by the design world. In 1961, the architect and furniture designer Charles Eames noted that toys and games are the preludes to serious ideas. It's no surprise then that this small doll has had a huge impact. I love how these Barbies are displayed on this curved wall in individually colored boxes. The display shows different Barbie evolutions over the last 6 decades. The Design Museum did not state on their website how many Barbie dolls are actually on exhibit. They did say there's over 250 rare, remarkable, and unique objects on display. On this particular wall, there were 23 dolls, starting with American Girl Barbie doll from 1965. This 1965 doll has the first body variation as well as a new hairstyle. Its legs were bendable and were jointed at the knee. This Barbie sports the American Girl bob. And the last one on this series of display is this Barbie Fashionista from 2019. This doll is, in quotation marks, a curvy doll which has pronounced dimples and broad high cheeks. She has bronze skin, balayage hair, and thick defined eyebrows that reflects the beauty trends that emerged on social media during the 2010s. It wasn't just the dolls that evolved over the years. The Barbie logo has evolved to meet the needs of the brand. In 1976, a redesign introduced a deep drop shadow and bolder typography referencing the pop art movement. In the 1990s, they used a simplified version, although they kept the diagonal orientation of the logo. The color was also changed to a slightly lighter pink. Skip to 2009, the company decided to use the original 1959 script to reflect the brand's heritage. The only change made was the color. This new pink has become a cultural phenomenon. It is so popular and specific that Pantone has assigned it its unique title, calling it the Barbie Pink. The next part of the exhibition is called New Dynamics. On display are Barbies from 1970 onwards that were marketed as fully posable. They had on display the dramatic new living Barbie doll from a private collection that features movable ankles, wrist, and elbow joints. Also on display was the busy Barbie doll from 1972. This doll have bendable thumbs enabling her to grip a variety of accessories. And they also have the free moving line of dolls, including Barbie and her friends, that features an even greater range of motion. They have a tab on their backs to activate the movements. Also in this section is the design process for the 65th anniversary doll. Before any Barbie doll is released, it undergoes a complex design process which can take up to 18 months from the first concept to launch. Every aspect of these dolls' design, from their clothing and hairstyles to the packaging and photography, has been shaped by a team of specialists at Mattel. The process combines traditional, analog skills, such as hand painting the prototype faces and sewing toiles for the dress, and cutting-edge digital techniques used to sculpt the dolls' faces and accessories. Of course, Ken is also part of this Barbie exhibit. Ken was launched as the male counterpart in 1961. He was named after Ruth's son, Kenneth Handler, just as Barbie was named after her daughter. Originally presented as her boyfriend, today the relationship between Ken and Barbie is deliberately undefined, allowing children to project their own assumptions and imagine different play scenarios. Another one of Barbie's friends is Christy O'Neill. She was introduced to us in 1968. The Christie doll was the first black friend of Barbie to be designed with Afrocentric features and hair. Her look was influenced by stars of the Motown music scene such as Diana Ross and Gladys Knight. For the first 2 decades of her existence, Barbie was exclusively imagined as a white woman. In 1980, the first black Barbie doll was launched, as well as the Hispanic Barbie doll. A year later, a Barbie doll with East Asian features was developed. Another highlight in the exhibition is this showcase showing Barbie's great lifestyle. There's her dream houses, holiday cabins, cars, camper vans, pools, furnishings, and more. This exhibition is really nostalgic for me. I remember wishing for these accessories when I was younger. If there's anything I would like to buy now, it would be these miniature chairs. Mattel and Cartel, an Italian design company, have collaborated to produce 5 of Cartel's most iconic chairs. Actually, I just don't want the doll size versions, I want the life size versions too. Anyway, here are more Barbies from the exhibition. We've now reached the last part of the exhibition. This area showcases Barbie's prominent place in mainstream culture. The fashion world, in particular, has embraced Barbie as both a muse and a model. In here, there are mini and life size versions of gowns designed for Barbie by major fashion labels. The beadwork on this green evening gown is just amazing. It's very inspiring to see this creativity and patience on display. Costumes from the recent Barbie movie was also on display. Like any other exhibition, there is a Barbie dedicated gift shop. It is filled with the usual souvenir items. If you are a collector, then I think the 65th year Barbie is the thing to buy here. I'm a little bit relieved that they're not selling those miniature chairs from Cartel in this gift shop. I would have bought them even though I don't have anywhere to display them. There's definitely plenty of Barbie trinkets here for a Barbie fan. So, what did I think of this exhibition? It is a vibrant celebration of Barbie's role in pop culture. It's nostalgic, and it's also interesting to see how the doll has influenced and has been influenced by changing beauty standards and cultural values. If you are a Barbie fan, I'm sure you'll enjoy the trip down memory lane. And if you are not, I think it will still be an interesting visit. The exhibition is open until February 2025, so you still have a lot of time to see it. I've shown you most of what's inside the exhibit, but it's still best to see the actual dolls in real life. If you don't have a chance to visit London or the exhibit, I hope you enjoyed this glimpse of the city and of the exhibition. Let me know in the comments which one was your favorite Barbie. I like a lot of the Barbies on display, but if I really have to just pick one, it will have to be this mermaid Barbie. My inner child will create many play scenarios and mermaid costumes for this doll. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope to see you next time. In the meantime, take care and happy sewing. Bye!